I don't know what this world's gonna do.
Oh, can't say anymore, bro. Look at the suit. Baby, I'm a...
Baby, cause I'm a thug. Cause I'm a thug.
And we're here to talk about thugs today, guys. So, thug number one.
Hot off the presses.
Is it? Did it drop today?
Well, I mean, when people know it dropped today at time of recording, but
so it
dropped 2 days ago.
Yeah, it answered my question. Did it drop today? No.
It dropped.
Did it drop when you guys are listening to this? No. But clearly, this is the biggest news that SoNY's got going on, and that news is
Morbius Living Vampire.
Meh.
Trailer dropped.
Not bad.
We weren't going to talk about this, or we were going to do an episode of something else.
Yeah.
But
it
seems like
we have a few slotted. I hope we get to do the February episode of talking about February drops.
That's way off.
Way off because Birds of Prey's coming.
Yeah, that's
a February drop.
That's well.
That's just a February drop. So
don't worry about February drops.
This is it's a summer, eh?
This is summer. Yeah, come on, July.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about Morpheus and the
Morbius with a B.
Get used to it, people. I'm be calling this motherfucking Morbius. I hope you use a picture of Lawrence Fishburne to talk about this movie.
Yeah,
because I always say Morbius.
Machines.
Yes, that's how we should have led off.
What do you think of it?
Here's my initial thought. I really wish this movie was getting dropped in October or November.
Yeah, good Halloween movie. Yeah.
And they're rebuilding November as another safe haven for comic book films, more so than the summer. I think it's gonna get eaten alive during the summer.
What else is coming out? Do you know?
I don't know, but I'm gonna bank on The Field over this one. It's not a bad trailer.
Oh, the trailer's not bad. I've never been a big Morbius guy.
Fan
at all? Yeah.
No, he's weird, and
No
one said plasma
yet. Whatever. I want plasma.
I hope they do say plasma,
and he's American. He's not European. He's not Romanian. Or
generic European. But I just love the fact that plasma steps in for blood, and that just seems so funny. But it's got a horror vibe to it. Like tonally, it seems like something that will.
At the end, when they show his bat face, Batman. That looked good.
It almost looks like Batman Begins.
Yeah,
there's some of that stuff in there.
Little nods to Spider-Man, Spider-Verse.
Oh, a lot of nods to Spider-Man. Yeah. Like they're ready to start blending those two universes together.
So it makes you wonder, because I originally thought that. Well, at the end, we can say right now there's a cameo of the Vulture at the very end.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
The great Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I always assumed that Sony and Sony Studios and Marvel Studios divvied up his rogues gallery.
Sure.
Like, we're gonna take this guy, and you can have these guys.
Marvel doesn't even need Spider-Man.
No. But I thought the rogues gallery was gonna get
blanket
cut up,
statement. Blanket statement.
But apparently, Vulture's in both now. He's been in an MCU movie, now he's going to be in a Sony movie.
Well, I thought Venom was going to be exclusively Sony, and they would have built to a crossover movie where they have the two.
That was the idea. Maybe they're evolving with time, right?
But I guess Venom 2 will give us a good indication of where they're headed with Spider-Man, and if Venom's an anti-hero or a villain.
Venom is going to be an anti-hero, for sure.
At some point, he's got to be a villain. That's how much this movie has impacted us that we're not even talking about this movie anymore. We're already talking about Venom.
Yeah. Well, I don't fucking care about Morbius. I hope the movie's good. I hope it's really good. I hope it makes me more of a fan, but I don't...
Look, butts in seats, you got Jared Leto, and I feel like he'll get all the teen girls and tween girls and anyone that likes the 30 seconds to bars.
Or his...
Damn, that's a good rap group.
His rendition... Yeah, that would be good. 30 seconds to bars.
Or
his rendition of Joker. Some people like that, right?
No one can see my face right now.
Some people like that, yeah. That was...
refer to
how dare you, sir?
Refer to the thumbnail that we have for Bottle Cap Zorro Gayblade. That's the face I'm making right now. Yeah, he's strong enough. He's an A-lister, Academy Award winner that will get butts in seats. So, like, our only real question, but we'll get to that later on, I guess, is why you have Michael Keaton so prominent in your first trailer. Your first trailer's
Yeah.
always supposed to set the tone.
Yeah.
And a teaser trailer is supposed to get you wet for the full trailer. You skip both of those. You basically gave me the whole story, which seems to be the new fucking rule now. Just give me the entire movie in 3 minutes.
Yep.
You gave me 3 minutes. I didn't need it.
No.
Especially if you're building horror, you should have just shown me flashes.
Well, they don't need another. Well, they didn't really show you who the villain was.
He's the villain.
His opposing force. They don't really show.
Science.
There you go. Okay.
Or disease.
Science. Yeah.
I'm sure there's gonna be whatever the bigwig corporation that owns the patent on whatever chemical to help save his life is gonna be like, no, we need to charge for this. And he'd be like,
Yeah, it'll be something stupid like that.
Yeah, he's like,
that's my point though. Is like
we don't know we don't really know anything. We know that he's gonna turn into a bat at some point, and it's gonna make him super strong. We know that he's Nightcrawler somehow.
Oh yeah, he bamf. It looks like he's bamfing in the trailer. It's not really. He's more like he's going along the hall, but it looks
fast?
very bamfy. Yeah, it looks bamfy.
It looks like it's the same fucking X2 like intro scene because it looks like
purple instead of blue.
Well, and it looks kind of like a White House.
Yeah.
Well, it's
yeah.
a White House. It's not the White House.
Yeah.
He's going wall to wall. It's like, come on, Sony.
Are you right? Are we counting the Far From Home and Homecoming as part of Sony? Because
I think we have to because they made a note to say from the studios that brought you Spider-Man 1.
I love that. That made me laugh.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, they had to
and
say that,
Venom.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're world building, good on you.
Yeah.
Get as many villains out with origin stories so I don't have to waste time when you're ready to bring in the big hero. But don't make these guys as redeemable as you did Venom.
No. Yeah.
Because Venom's too redeemable now that I don't believe... Like, if he descends into darkness, great. But it has to be something so fucking tragic.
Oh, Venom 2 is coming out in October.
Yeah.
So that's why
that's why it's slotted?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I would have flipped the order. I would have given Venom 2 my summer release because it made its money and everyone can't wait. And Morbius is the follow-up. Because your after credit scene in Venom can lead straight into Morbius.
Yep.
Machines! Machines!
Now, according to Wikipedia, those Spider movies don't count.
Is this Wikipedia Gold? Did you pay for the...
Obviously, this is Wikipedia Black.
Damn it, you stole my follow-up check. Kudos, sir.
Black card. So it's really just the 3 movies right now: Venom, Venom 2, and Morbius.
Just trying to find another word for a card, and I came up with Black Heart, and I don't want to make that joke.
Don't do that.
Well,
don't go there.
Venom. Does he have a penis? Let's ask the tough, hard-hitting questions that people want to know.
Does he go ass to ass?
Only if he has a double dildo. So you're on Wikipedia Black, which is a thing now. We can start referencing that.
So the only movies considered part of the Sony-Spider-Verse, if that's what you want to call it,
right,
are Venom, Morbius, and Venom 2.
There's nothing else out other than
but
Miles Morales enter the universe.
Yeah, they don't count the MCU ones, the Spider-Man ones that we were talking about.
But
even though we're going to,
we should. And you have an animated one, which deserves a little shot because you can do a lot of work.
Yeah, which is great, but not connected.
You can do a lot of work with that though, if you wanted to.
There are plans in development for Nightwatch, Kraven the Hunter.
Isn't it a black superhero or a black villain? Because they have already Spike Lee tied to it. So, provided
it's like Marvel's Spawn ripoff.
Okay, provided it gets made, Spike Lee jumping over into comic books is definitely intriguing.
Yeah, that is interesting. But it was
soundtrack's gonna be on point. So was Morbius too. Assuming that it's 30 Seconds to Mars and whatever screaming emo shit. If they bring back My Chemical Romance for some shit.
Kraven the Hunter, like I was saying.
Right.
One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Which is...
Can't wait for casting, because we've been doing casting for 2 years now.
And it
3 years.
should be Gerard Butler. Our friend of the show.
Yes. Our advocate. And
we haven't talked about him recently in a while, but...
We're talking about you again. We're still
those
out the
who
year.
know.
Gerard Butler. He's got 2 roles that he needs to play pivotal.
Kraven the Hunter.
And the Grey Gargoyle. Nothing else, man. Cut your teeth on those. We'll get you the sequels.
They did have a Silver and Black thing. That was supposed to be Silver Sable Black Cat.
Right.
In a joint movie.
I thought you were talking about the Raiders. Sports was good this year, but not for those guys.
No, not for those guys.
On to Las Vegas.
No. But apparently,
they're splitting it.
Yeah, they're set to have splits. Sure. Whatever. Makes sense. They're both interesting.
Does it?
No.
You got enough for... Because here's the thing. Morbius's timeline or universe ties in directly to Felicia.
If you're going that route, yeah, you don't have to, but yeah.
Why not?
Well, yeah, but
why not?
They must. They must be doing that, right?
I mean, if Sony's smart, you could have used all of these. You could have used your next 3 movies as potential team ups. Venom, you're gonna give us Carnage, but you could have thrown in another villain or anti-hero just to cut the glass so people know that they exist and a little bit of origin. Morbius, you could have done a lot of legwork for Spider-Man love interests and potential Black Cat. And if the next one's Night Watch, you could have randomly had.
Why don't they just do Prowler? I don't know why. Why do Night Watch when you can do Prowler?
I don't know. Night Watch is better.
I don't think so, but hey.
Anyway, they're all of those that we listed are leading to the Sinister Six.
Yeah, which December 2013 is how long that's been plotted.
Oh, I thought you said that's when it's due to come out.
No,
I was like,
they've been
hey buddy,
because
we're kind of late on that.
Remember after Amazing Spider-Man,
right?
They had the scene where
terrible.
They had all the different
movies.
Contraptions in the back.
Oh, yeah, in the basement.
So
of
they were already
suits.
teasing it then.
Yeah, basement of suits.
But after the success of Venom, they're all like, "Yeah, we're back on. We're back on this."
After the success of Spider-Man, we're back on because
they were waiting.
You could have killed Vulture and you're like, nah, I'm gonna keep him. You could have killed Matt Gargan, maybe the greatest Spider-Man villain. You can check out our Rose Gallery episode.
Yeah, number 27.
Oh, look at
27, right? Yeah, episode 27.
You can throw that new number, dude.
Fuck, I was.
You like knowing the numbers?
Well, I like saying,
You
just
like
go back to
numbers.
this episode rather than go back to this title. Just fucking do that.
You're such a comic book nerd.
Such a nerd.
Like, you would think you'd have a comic book fucking podcast.
Number 27, I was right. Sorry, fucking check.
You were only battling yourself. I was in complete agreement.
You thought I was wrong.
I don't care if you're wrong.
I wanted to prove you wrong.
Sure. You feel better? Sinister Six.
Sinister Six?
If it comes, we're looking at a squad potentially of what's already released.
Could we have 2 different Sinister Six then, or are they?
Let's talk what's already out there. So we'd have Vulture appearing.
Shocker.
Matt
Gargan,
Scorpion, and then on the Sony side, Venom.
Morbius, Venom.
And I guess Carnage, depending on how you flip it.
He's not a team player. He's not gonna.
Because Venom is.
No, he's not. But this Venom seems
more of it if they want to make him a villain. Because if you put Carnage on the Sinister Six and then Venom is your lead to take down, changes your complete dynamic.
Right.
You don't even really need a Spider-Man. You just need a fucking heavy set villains rogue gallery, right?
Yeah. Well, so you could throw anybody in like Rhino though.
That's what I would want. I would want like a
Craven.
three time.
Craven's here too.
And then you could do Black Spider-Man, right? Like not Venom suit, but Black suit Spider-Man.
Yep.
And then Craven. We didn't list them.
Black Cat could be in there.
That's just anyway.
I don't like it.
It's Sony. What's your idea for 2 Sin Sixes? Which is a dirty 12.
Yeah, I was just thinking, would there be the Sony
12?
version and then the MCU version? Because we don't know if the MCU is going to be allowed to use Venom. We don't know if I'm assuming Sony can use anybody who they want because they
have most of the rights to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even seem like Marvel Universe right now is headed local. Other than Widow, everything's gone to space. And I'm kind of excited for that shit.
Yeah, it's gotten bigger, grander, more galactic.
And anything to that level would have gone straight to their Disney Plus TV deals. Because that's the only way that we're getting grounded. Like, characters, they're all on the TV. But in terms of slated movies, the full majority, other than
I guess so.
And then Blade's not till Phase 5. More of the sequels are not till the end of Phase 4. But like, Doctor Strange is already out there. Widow's dead in real life.
Well, Bucky and Falcon aren't grounded.
That's TV, so that proves my point. What else is slated is Eternals, space.
Yeah.
Guardians, space.
Yeah.
Thor, space.
Yep.
Fantastic Four should be space.
Is that slated? I don't think that's slated.
It's they're teasing it, and no one's counting New Mutants for anything. Even though
Shang-Chi, not space.
Not space.
Doctor Strange, not space, but space and time. I guess
it's out of there.
Dimensions.
The
Spider-Man sequel.
That's when what is that even slated?
2021. Yeah.
For when?
It's untitled. 2021.
I heard the year, but
I don't know when.
I'm looking for the season. Click it, you fuck. You have one job, and it's to tell Jared Butler that we want to see you as Craven. Right there, fall.
Film is scheduled for release July 16, 2021.
And if we were in South America, that'd be fall. So, sucks to you.
We're not in South America.
They don't know that.
Fuck South America.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding.
South American.
I'm just kidding. That's why I said it.
Is it?
I'm a little angry, a little edgy.
Are you?
No.
Have you had a break today? Do I need to give you a Kit Kat or a Snickers?
Yeah. I love Snickers.
I don't like the way that you said that.
What? What? Snickers? Or...
I heard Snickers. Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that.
I just got it.
I don't care what you get. You're not getting either of those.
Fuck you. There's a Madam Web movie planned.
Yes.
After the Sinister Six movie planned.
So it really looks like Sony has no idea what they're doing.
No.
They're just slotting everybody.
Yes. There's a...
But the hope is this movie is a launching pad for a lot of different things because this is your first look into anything that's not already established.
A Silk movie. When you're doing Black Cat, why do Silk?
But Silk is like today's version of... So like, are you retrograding her?
Cindy Moon, man.
Sure. Keep cutting me off because that helps get our points across. Are you retrograding her back to this time so like she fits in with these characters? Or are you going to give us where she is in her current time with her rogues gallery? Right? You present more questions than I think you have answers for.
Plus you got the whole like... You got this... the Silk thing I'd stay away from just because you already have the Spider-Verse animated. Mm-hmm. And I assume that she'll be thrown into that too.
Which is easy. You can throw a lot of things into that.
So why have it on both?
You could have done a lot of grunt work and a lot of like getting everybody characters you need to know with your animated movies. Because you've literally established that, hey man, this character is in this universe, but he knows how to break through any universes. So subsequent movies can just be him going to parallel dimensions and be like, who are the Sinister Six? And you show who the fuck it is. And you get Michael Keaton doing voice work for Adrian Toomes for the live action movie where someone walks in and they're not blind to everything. They know what the fuck's going on. But I don't think Sony's that smart with forward planning.
Doesn't seem like it. Seems like they're just starting it. Like Venom was kind of like, it worked. So let's just build off that. Like that's kind of what, you know what I mean? Because they had, like you said, we have all these projects here. An Ant fucking May movie.
And it seems like all they're really trying to do is tie an A-lister to it, and then we'll hit the ground running. Yeah. So, lightning twice? Probably. I think Morbius... Machines!
You got it right. No, you got it right. You said
Damn
Morbius.
It. I think Morpheus... Machines! Will actually be a hit.
I think so, too.
But I think it's because it's so not connected to Spider-Man, and I want it to be. Because we were even talking about the casting. Jared Harris plays a doctor... influence and maybe a mentor to Michael Morbius.
Yeah, untitled. Yeah, it's an untitled castings thus far, right?
Correct. And I really hope that somehow they fucking ship him into being Kirk Connors,
which would be really cool.
Because that's like an easy way to just slide him in. They have let's pull up some roster names here. One of the previous Doctor Who's, Matt Smith, is playing.
No name for him either, right?
No, he does. It's Loxus Crown.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't read that. But he kind of looks like an Alexander Smythe, which I would love that. They've confirmed J. Jonah Jameson, which is the only line through everything to keep continuity.
He's the
consistent. He's the one that's going to tie together all your movies.
He's the
So he better be slotted for Venom too.
What's her name? Rosario Dawson. He's the Rosario Dawson.
There you go.
Of the Spider-Verse.
I was thinking of Defenders of the Defenders of the Earth. That was hoping. And then again, you shit the bed by having Michael Keaton there and not even writing Adrian Toomes.
No.
By this point, we know who he is. Yeah. Unless you're like, no, he's Spider-Man now. Too.
On the IMDb, you mean?
Yeah, correct. That's where we're looking for information. So again, I hope this movie is a launching pad, but if it's an isolated to build for something later, I think that's probably going to work better. And knowing Sony, they'll just throw in an after credits that they thought of the night before.
Well, none of those movies I just mentioned are for sure. They say in development, but I don't
know what that means.
You're really going to put all these random ass movies out here?
The one that has the most potential is Night Watch, because they have Spike Lee assigned to it already. The other ones don't have an actor or a director slated yet. They just have the name.
For the most part, yeah.
So, but I don't know how you're going to shoehorn Night Watch in, right?
Yeah.
If you're even going to put him in part of the Sinister Six.
I don't know. And then, like I said, what are you doing? Are the two universes going to share the Sinister Six? Or are they going to build their own different? They're just or
sharing
is Marvel Marvel Studios going like, we're not doing Sinister Six.
It's literally going to be like the intro of the '90s cartoon where the cut to where Spider-Man finds the Venom, and he has the dream of the Venom symbiote and the Spider-Man pulling him, but just replace those symbiotes and suits with Marvel and Sony with Spider-Man in the middle. They're just going to be tug of warring with what's his face until
Peter,
his real name, actor name.
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. so they can shoehorn him in whatever. Like, I mean, Marvel has proven that they're building and they have a plan.
Yep.
Sony just be like, okay, we need him for like 3 days.
Go,
yeah, right? So I don't even know if they have a plan moving forward.
Yeah. Who do you use, right? Like
And then, who's to say that even Morbius, yes, is even part of the Sinister Six? And what would you bring, right? Like, you're a scientist, but I already have Dr. Octopus. If you have money, you don't have a lot. You don't have more than Kingpin if you bring in Kingpin. If you're going to be
he's a student, right? He's young. He's a student.
He's still a doctor.
Well, yeah.
But, like, his field is genetics. So if you're the dude that, like, hypes up Rhino to turn him into, like, Ultimate Version Rhino, where he's, like, fucking an actual Rhino, or Ultimate Version Green Goblin, great. Because then you can use that genetics background, and he created some sort of serum, whatever needle, or developed, or found a way to, like, pull a piece of the symbiote suit and create that. But I don't know where his kind of interests are lie, or what would his motivations be to join a team to fight this one little kid?
Right. Or are we looking at it backwards and the other way around, and maybe it's Sony Studios trying to force their characters into the MCU. Right, so it's like kind of like, oh, listen, we're going to use your guys, but we're going to set them up in a way that you kind of have to carry the storyline into your movies.
Yeah, because we haven't talked about Mysterio at all, and he's someone that I'd love to see again in film. I mean, you spent the money to get Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah,
and he was great, and he's dead, but it's Mysterio, so you never know.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
One drone survives, and
I'm alright with you saying that he had a twin brother too.
Like, you want that? Yeah. Dressed in drag?
What's a How dare you? What's Mysterio's like government name?
Quentin Beck.
So if he was like Swinton Weck?
Swinton. What was they? What are their different last names?
That's why it's hilarious, because I would laugh at this, and it's Sony. I'm expecting Sony to do something stupid.
Why wouldn't it be Benton Quick?
Quick?
Yeah, Benton Quick.
Because that makes more sense, and we're talking about Sony. So throw logic out the window.
I will do so.
Isolated movie. Morbius looks like it's going to be decent.
You excited for Cletus Cassidy?
No, I'm not excited for anything from Venom 2. I'm not even excited for a trailer. I'm excited for doing a bottle review, because this movie got way more hype than it deserved.
It's not a good.
And I'm still kind of under the impression, I haven't watched it since, that it's...
Neither have I. Watched it
that
once.
Wolverine Origins is better than Venom.
I'd love to watch both of them, because they're both not good.
And we haven't talked Joker yet, and goddamn, congrats on all the Oscar noms, but fuck you, that movie's terrible.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's not a good Joker movie.
No, great performance.
Great dancing.
Yeah.
Way to give Gary Glitter some money.
We'll talk about this in
our DC. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
We're talking terrible comic book movies, and these are among the highest rated now. So, wherever you put your finger on the pulse, that's why I'm kind of going to give this one a high praise, because based on what I've seen, and basically you gave me the whole trailer, it's Batman. It's what was the animated one where Batman is actually a vampire in the Justice League?
Oh, Gods and Monsters. Monsters and Gods.
A little bit of that mixed with if Batman turned into Man-Bat.
Yeah, because this hero is in the chamber cave there, or whatever. He's got his hand.
He cuts his own skin and then lets all these bats feed off of his blood.
They just rush at him
and everyone that's smart runs to the car, and he's still standing out there. So I don't know what that means.
Helicopter. They rush.
I don't know where they go. I'm waiting for someone to be like, Morbius, you need a bat signal. I was like, hold on a second. What movie am I watching here?
The perfect part would be if he turned around and just went, plasma.
I need plasma.
Oh no, but he's not. And now he suddenly has a European accent.
That'd be amazing. After he got cut.
Plasma.
And again, J. Jonah Jameson has also played Commissioner Gordon. Hey man, there's like fucking thousands of actors here. Stop double dipping. You guys got away with it with Chris Evans. You don't need to do it anymore. You can pick one dude, and
it's true.
Stop giving them like. All you guys are just in the same fucking DNA pool, and just like, oh, we can use this. Let's use C.K. Simmons again. And he's a great actor, but he's not my Jim Gordon. Fine, he's my J. Jonah Jameson.
I don't like him as Jim Gordon.
Well, he's back as J. Jonah Jameson, so I hope.
I don't mind him as J. Jonah Jameson.
You don't mind him?
Sorry.
Get
He's
clutch. Out. He's
the
only perfect
I
casting.
don't know what I was thinking of. He's clutch. Yeah, in the Raimi movies.
Well, in 8, 9 Spider-Man movies, he's the most consistent casting, and he's over Tom Holland.
Yeah,
he's the most perfect casting.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Well, you literally said anyway. Back to this trailer. What do you think?
It's okay. Like I said, I'm not a big Morbius fan, so I hope this movie makes me into one. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope all these fucking movies that come out are good, because we're in a time where we're seeing all our comic book heroes come to life.
Yeah.
And it's sick, and I hope they're all awesome.
Or it's sick and I throw up because you did a terrible job.
Yeah, hopefully not that.
Not my comic book.
But I hope, like, Birds of Prey, all the movies come out, I hope they're all great, because the rising tide lifts all ships, right?
Well, that's what it has going for it, because nobody really has a wealth of Morpheus comics, and if you do, don't write in, because you're probably not. I have a
Morbius. I have a Morbius run over there where he lives in like Brownsville
with MOP.
Yeah, and he's trying to like
stop the shit out of you
day to day, like he's living with the homeless and shit.
Okay,
it's actually not bad, but it's not great either.
Can you picture Jared Leto being a homeless dude?
Well, after working for a dream, yeah.
And he's got his long rock star hair.
He does.
What doctor?
He looks like a fucking vampire. He looks better like this than he's Joker.
When I first heard casting, I was like, bang. I was like, this works.
Yeah.
And again, I hope he has that fucking giant black trench coat. And I really want Felicia Hardy in this.
If Vulture's gonna be in it, like we were saying before we started recording, you can have anybody in it.
I'd love it, right? And if it's Vulture in prison, then you can easily have Mark.
Well, he looks like he's out or something. Doesn't it look like
But he's still in white uniform, so he could be like one of those. Like, this is one of your jobs as a prison.
Right.
Member, like you just drive the car.
And they could have Eddie Brock in there. They could have, like, Felicia Hardy. I'd be.
Well, how do you have Eddie? Well, how did Venom end? He didn't go to jail or anything.
No, he's just kind of.
Which makes no sense too. He's a fucking murderer.
No, he's just chilling,
eating like heads and pooping out
turds. He walks by Stanley at the end. Ever?
I don't want to remember. Yeah. Well, we have to rewatch that movie.
We're gonna bottle cap that.
Oh god.
We have to.
We have to do something more to that, because we have to do like 300 things wrong with Venom. But he exists.
Yes.
And he's the next one leading into. So smart planning is either for what you're building for Sinister Six, or for Venom.
Do you think though, if this movie is successful, and for other Sony-Verse movies are successful, it's going to convince them to kind of renege on their deal? We're like, we want. I don't know. Part of me thinks it's possible, but I don't think that's dumb.
Are you asking if Sony's going to renege their deal?
Yeah.
At this point, I would never pull out the safety net.
Why would you? Yeah, exactly.
You can just throw out stinkers and be like, Marvel's Marvel.
Not now, but if, like, in a couple of years, if all the movies are hits. Venom 2 hits. Morbius hits. Black Cat hits.
Can you confirm a Sony comic book movie that's made $1 billion? Off the top of your head?
No.
Don't look at the facts.
The Spider movies, right?
Counter that. Off the top of your head, how many Marvel movies do you know have hit
tons,
$1 billion?
No, I agree with you.
Last year, it was all of them that hit. And that was Captain Marvel, Endgame, and Spider-Man. All hit $1 billion.
And Thor before that.
We could keep going down. All Avengers have hit $1 billion.
No, I agree with you. I don't think
if I'm a Sony exec, I'm not throwing $1 billion money ad revenue out the door, because I feel like I can get hundreds of billions in my pocket.
No, I agree with you. I don't think it's a good idea, but I could see some dumbass executive going like, we can do this on our own.
If anything, I'd be poaching more Marvel things. I would want Marvel writers, I would want Marvel directors, I would want Marvel producers. And if it's in a consultant capacity, fine. Just show me how to fucking do it the way you're doing it, so we can do it. We have everything slated, we have the money, we have the one character where you have enough people where the audience is interested in bringing them all together, inevitably, which we hope. Because you have a great thing here. You can actually give us an Avengers for villains. And that's all we've ever wanted. Yeah. Like, that's the premise of...
With the second best rogue gallery in comics.
Ugh. Did we...
Spider-Man's the second best?
That's what we agreed on?
Yeah.
We need to do 6 versus 6.
Sure. But Batman's first.
I don't think he has more than 4.
Who?
Batman.
For what?
if he was going to create a Sinister Six to go against.
No, I'm just talking about Rogue Gallery in general.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's got the best villains.
You're right, but now I'm looking at the Sinister Six.
now you're over-analyzing?
And then I remembered our Bottle Cap episode where they literally, like, disguise themselves. Fucking Chameleon. He's the worst.
Yes. He's not. He better not be. God. We missed him, too, by the way.
No, we didn't.
In episode 27, we were going to mention him, and we didn't.
That was meant to happen.
I was going to mention him at the top, and you were like, no, save him.
That's terrible.
Because I agree, he's terrible.
Now, and that brings up an amazing...
This fucking belt always on.
An amazing fucking option if they're smart with it, because that might not even be Adrian Tubes. That could be Chameleon.
Don't do that.
It could be.
Don't do that, because then you're like, oh, Jackal's in it. Here come the clones. Could you?
No, nobody's doing that.
No,
but
don't give them ideas.
That's the best idea. You literally can have a faceless man and just be like, you're our fucking ace in the hole.
Listen, I want to see Shocker sleeping in a bed.
First of all, you want to see the original suit, because you can get him sleeping in the bed.
Yeah.
You want to see him in the head to toe suit.
The yellow suit.
I don't think we're gonna get that. I'd love a prison scene with all of them in there, right? That's why I'm so.
Already 3 are in there, right?
Yeah.
So they replaced Shocker in Homecoming,
right? With the follow up Shocker,
right. Yeah.
With Bokeem, yeah. Bokeem
that's right. So he's still Shocker, right? He
right.
didn't die. So they're all in prison.
And then you assume Tinkering's in there as well. Tinker.
Yeah.
So potentially 4. We don't have an Otto. We don't have a. They tried to give us a Norman, Rhino. But they didn't do that. I don't know if we're ever going to get a Rhino. To be honest with you, Craven is slated, but we don't know. But again, you have possibilities. The Chameleon's probably, but that Chameleon is the greatest possible. And then it could also be fucking Mysterio too.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Unless he stays dead.
This is assuming that we have people like comic book writers and fans that are planning the Sony run out, but I don't think they are.
Where do you go from here? Do you think that they're gonna do like some Morbius and Venom team up?
It makes the most sense if he's gonna be a villain to have him as one of your Sinister Six, which is fine.
So he's not. If he's gonna be an anti-hero, is it gonna be Venom and Morbius versus the Sinister Six?
That's why I want Felicia.
It's so weird
because Felicia becomes an instant motivation for anything that he wants to do.
Right.
So if he loves off Felicia, but she finds out he's a freak, and then Felicia goes to start talking to Peter, Morpheus hates Peter. If Felicia them are hooking up or whatever, and like Venom comes and accidentally she gets fucking toppled over, then Morpheus hits Venom. If someone gets in Morbius's ear and says like, "Yo, they took Felicia, they fucked him over. He's blinded by rage." That's his motivation. It's very simple for
classic case of pussy gonna get him killed.
Correct. And based on the cartoon that we were raised with, he was very one-track mind in terms of, I'm great with science, I don't have to worry about this, but this girl, she can be a problem for me. Yeah. And the through line was Peter. Like, well, she kind of likes Peter too. So for me, if the love interest in the Morbius movie ends up dying, which would make the most sense, and you give me an after effect,
flicks him off, or sets him off.
You give me an after scene or a credit scene, or even just the final act of this is Felicia Hardy leading into what inevitably be a Black Cat movie, because then he can play the villain in that, or the sub boss, or the someone that she's trying to save. You have more options, but you need to start connecting your characters better.
Not heavily though.
Well, you have Adrian Toomes, so you're already letting the audience know that we're combining universes.
Yeah,
there's an intent, yeah. But now,
which is actually kind of cool.
But you need a motivation for Morbius.
It's kind of cool that Morbius is existing
outside of the Matrix,
outside of the Spider-Man spectrum.
Correct.
So he's like they're in the same world, obviously, but he's not like. It's not like
he's not in NYU or like going to school with Peter. Yeah,
it's not like it's Spider-Man's fault that he's created. No, he's going on. He's being created in his own little area,
and that leaves it open for great writing and great storytelling, because we don't know how inevitably they're going to come in contact, but that could just be fireworks in that one scene where, and it could be as simple as like Peter's in the wrong spot where he meets Tom Hardy and fucking Michael Morbius, and they happen to be either themselves or, where he meets Eddie Brock or Michael Morbius or Tom Hardy and Jared Leto. No, I want to get that right. And for whatever reason, he gets his spider sense.
Yeah.
Like, I would love a 360 moment where you have, let's say, it's not a cafeteria, but let's assume that they're in like a big waiting room, like a hospital, and all of the anti-hero villains are all scattered around waiting for something.
Is Craven there too?
Sure. And dressed down. Everyone's dressed down and in normal clothes, and they're just trying to be like average as they're waiting for the news on this one person or several different people. Peter happens to walk in for whatever reason. Let's say Ned is getting a checkup. He has to go pick him in, and he goes in the middle, and he gets a 360 fucking spider senses tingling. Yeah. And every direction is like fucking danger. And he's
are they there by happenstance, or are they there for him?
At this point, it doesn't matter.
Just the fact. Okay.
If I get that one fucking 360, and that's the teaser for the fucking Sinister Six movie, like if that's your after credits, I don't even care how you write it. Like, just get me to that scene where he knows, yo, shit just got fucking real. Because at the worst, Spider-Man has had to take on a planet's worth of fucking villains. Yep. But he had a fucking planet's worth of allies. Yep. For him to be in such a... He went to go check on Aunt May. Yeah. His heart and soul.
Fair enough.
And maybe Kingpin...
Shot!
Maybe Kingpin's like, just watch over this hospital. We're waiting for Otto Octavius. I need to talk to him. And Spider-Man walks in and is like, why is it tingling for you, and like, let's just say it's 5, and the 6th is whoever is coming in the lab coat.
Chameleon as a
potted plant.
As a potted plant. Yes, you got me.
Just to have him fucking finally overwhelmed and knowing that he doesn't really have all the options to just be like, on your left.
You know what'd be really funny?
It'd be fucking amazing.
You know what'd be sick is if you had a thing like that and Chameleon, like you said, just realizes, you know what? I'm outmatched. I'm out. And he just leaves.
He's like, this is not for me, guys.
Mad respect.
And then
like Boomerang should have
like,
in Suicide
fair enough.
Oh,
they got away.
Perfect.
And then like Kingpin takes the dossier and just throws it away. It's like, well, we're not gonna do Chameleon anymore. And he just picks up another one.
I've got a replacement.
there should just literally be the longest file.
Why can't that happen?
It can.
Like, you know what, guys?
You're in a position because if you keep
this ain't for me.
Listen, the 1-2 things that they're saying. If you just what's the word I'm looking for? If you just lock down the environments that these characters are inevitably always going to be around, then I think you're safe. So for Morpheus, it's definitely like hospital researches, and like those type of facilities. You know, he's always got to be in there. So that's an easy way to get Otto Octavius in there, Smythe if you need to, Kingpin,
Connors, you want him?
Connors. You can get a whole rogues just in that. For Eddie Brock, if you're going the reporter way, then he's always trying to take down
grimy spots or gyms,
or if he's always trying to take down the man or the conglomerate, then he's constantly looking for Osborne factories, Kingpin, plastics, whatever those environments where, like wherever the Tinkerer is now fucking building things. So then you have that rogues gallery of Adrian Toomes, Tinkerer, Shocker, all these people that need fucking facilities to build their weaponry. Yep. Rhino. And then you can have outliers like fucking Kraven the Hunter who's hunting something. And his intro can be, I'm hunting a fucking man-bat. I'm hunting this,
I'd love it, something like that. Like
the giant man spider. Like, he can be the first one that intros Spider-Man. Spider-Man be like, I had no interest in any of these guys. But I gotta stop this crazy dude. And then Kraven's like, who are you? That's you're another one. Right? Yeah. Like, there's so many ways to attach these motherfuckers together. And it's so simple if you're just smart with how you're setting up everything. Yeah. You don't have to be heavy-handed, which was your initial complaint. Is like, why is Toomes in this?
Yeah, well, no, I didn't want. I'd rather find that out while watching the movie
later.
That's a
great first reveal. Yeah. That's a great after credits. But again,
after credits in the movies, right? Like,
in my head, it can be so many different things, and it might not. Maybe that's the first 5 minutes that you get it, and then like maybe from that, who knows? Yeah. Just you gotta know where you're going forward, and it seems like you guys want to go forward with this. And with someone that nobody really knows, Morpheus, you have a great chance to like reset the dial.
The one thing they do have with him is that he's a vampire, and there hasn't been a good vampire movie, I don't think, in a while.
How much do you think Blade will cross over into Sony?
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. You already have Blade, so why bring Morbius unless you're going to connect them too, because
now you don't have to.
They don't have to, but they have an inherent connection.
And that's more of a moneymaker for Sony than it is Marvel.
It's a good way to bring Blade to
that side, to
this
Sony,
New York,
if they want to. Yeah.
No, not even that, but just to like in the MCU. Obviously, he's an MCU hero,
right?
Or anti, whatever the fuck you're gonna call him. But if he's stationed out in like Transylvania,
right?
Oh, there's a vampire outbreak.
Does fucking Blade ever leave a city though? Isn't he just a fucking like?
No, he's all over the place.
All right,
where he goes where he needs to.
He's not Van Helsing. Yeah. Okay, he travels.
It's kind of like, oh shit, there's some outbreak or there's some vampire activity over in New York. Right. Or wherever Morbius is. I mean, that could be what brings him in.
If
right?
that's how you want to launch Marvel Knights, I'm all
for it. Morbius doesn't even have to be in the MCU stuff. It's just I heard there's a vampire around here.
It's one line of dialogue of like, they've got some vampire shit going on.
And then you're like,
and the audience
people will lose their fucking mind. Oh my god, Jared Leto exists.
Well, we're literally losing our mind off shit that we don't even know is going to happen. So yes, you have a lot of fucking bridges, but it seems like you are, like, Sony's already holding matches. Yeah. Because they don't know how to keep them afloat or sustainable for like you to drive a truck across.
Let's be real here. Sony doesn't. We don't. Okay.
We don't trust Sony.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say that. But I want to speak for both of us. But we don't.
We don't trust Sony.
No, we don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I trust this trailer though.
The trailer's good. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. The trailer's fine. It's good.
And I think the best thing going for them is the fact that nobody knows a lot about Morbius.
So you can kind of
where Venom was so polarizing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to this day,
the problem with Venom is that he's so attached to Spider-Man that you have a movie with Spider-Man.
The problem with Venom is I don't know if they had a fucking script for that movie.
Kind of like this episode. We don't have a script for this episode.
We don't.
We're just running.
But that's my fear for Morbius. Like, I don't think they really had everything ironed out.
For Venom. Or for Morbius.
For Morbius.
I think they're going to...
Venom's already, like, in the can. Like,
I think
whatever they have out there is out there.
I think Morbius will be more structured than Venom.
I hope so.
I would expect so.
But you gave me the whole fucking movie in the trailer.
Yeah, but Sony's terrible with trailers. Even the Spider-Man trailers give shit away. It's like, why are you doing that?
I don't know. At least wait till the third trailer to do that. Yeah. Like, give me the teaser trailer.
Because I'm not watching. I only watched the one, and I'm good.
Yeah, and like, give me the teaser trailer, which would be amazing.
Yeah, I like how this was a teaser trailer, but it's 3 minutes long. It's official. This is a fucking trailer.
And I don't know if we talked much about the trailer. They give the origin to what Michael was as a kid.
Yep.
Kind of left out. His day-to-day life where he's walking with canes and whatever the disease is now debilitating.
He's Jimmy from South Park.
Correct. He does it, but he's not as funny. He can't tell jokes.
No, he's not nearly as funny.
They give us that he's obviously getting funding or working towards a cure, but it obviously involves bats. We know that he infects himself because he gets superhuman strength. He can bamf like Nightcrawler. He has to go to a far-off cave to get the Batman origin serum.
And a slow mutation. Because he's jumping around all handsome, and now then at the end he's got.
And we get the money shot of the fucking bat face. You gave away 5 trailers worth of information. Yeah. In the first one, so
you didn't have to give away the bat face either. You could just left that for the movie.
And Tombs 6, and a cameo that we didn't know was gonna happen. But you front loaded that, and now IMDb's like, oh, well, we got him.
Yeah. Oh man, you could have kept that a secret, man.
You could have kept the whole story a secret. So
I'm Batface and Tombs.
So that's whatever. That's why I'm really hoping that they kind of Jared Harris into Kurt Connors,
which would be cool because he's not named on the IMDb.
He is not. They kind of give me a Felicia Hardy randomly because you can do that after credits, and now I'm really hoping that like Tyrese is Chameleon somehow. Because I think Tyrese is playing the cop.
Good.
That'd be so amazing.
That'd be good.
Just randomly, and that's a scene you can do after you've already
give him a belt.
You can make this movie, complete it, screen it, and be like, someone's like, it's terrible. And then be like, hey, Tyrese, you want to come in and do one? You want to do an extra scene?
Yeah.
And he just touches his belt, and he turns into a potted plant.
Like, what up, though?
It's like, oh, and then the internet's happy. We're like, yo, we got Chameleon. It's like, I mean,
the only reason why people like Chameleon is because he's in issue 1. He's the first villain. But he's the fucking worst.
They don't even like him for that. They like him that he can be anything.
I'd rather see Vermin than...
He's a worse Mystique.
Because he can't even talk. Morph's better, too.
And Mystique is literally pussy that will get you killed.
Literally, she is the embodiment of pussy that's going to get you killed.
Chameleon is a houseplant that will get you
she's smart.
Not watered.
He's just a fucking drunk.
He's an alien, isn't he? Isn't even
I don't fucking know what he is.
We got to do a character analysis. Chameleon, the man behind the face of the face of the face of the face. Long. Yeah, like he's terrible. It's just us saying he's terrible, but I can't wait to see him in films because you can easily kill him. And I don't know what the rating is, so I'm hoping an R.
Oh yeah, that's good. I'm not sure
because that falls in line with what you're doing with Venom, and then that makes more sense to the type of Craven we could get, which should be an R.
Yep.
And what was before Craven? Night Watch. If it's Spike Lee, definitely an R already. So
It doesn't really have a rating yet, as far as I can see.
But like Venom was pushing R and as close to an R without turning into Joker, essentially, right?
Well, Venom 2 is rated R.
Amazing.
I believe.
And
that's off the back of how well Joker did.
Yeah.
As a rated R, they're like, oh,
we can do this now.
We can do this. You can go super funny rated R with Deadpool, or you can go you can go super
dark and
realistic, and they both sell.
Yep.
How about you just make a good fucking movie? I'm not saying Joker was, but how about you make a good fucking movie?
We are saying Deadpool was. Yeah.
Deadpool's a good movie.
Both. Yeah. And I'd love them to set up their rogues gallery as that. If you give me 6 characters or, like, let's say 3 movies of hard R's, that when you do your Avengers Sinister Six, you make it like a PG-13 because you're bringing in that PG-13 character of Spider-Man.
Right, yeah, tone it down. Yeah.
Fucking amazing, right?
Yep.
Like, you've already given me as far as they can go.
Well, it's like Deadpool in the MCU when he crosses over with the event. Well, if he crosses over with the X-Men and Avengers or whatnot, that's got to tone down a bit.
You assume so.
I assume so.
We don't know. All bets are off, and that's another episode that we're not prepared for, but we'll talk about for 40 minutes.
Why not?
But I think Morpheus has the most going for it without knowing anything. Venom had the least, other than name recognition, and then everything else slated. We don't even know what's going to happen.
And the lobster dunk. I had a great laugh.
Well,
we'll talk about it later.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah. That was the greatest laugh. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh. Can I say nobody cares?